Hey everybody, let's take a look at the newest Gouzetsu quest. There's no English translation for this yet. Uh, Gouzetsu Kiwami. There are two versions. If you don't know how this works, you need 10 max lux, and first you have to take on the Kiwami Savage version. Once you clear that, you have the ability to take on the Kyukyoku Extreme version of the Gouzetsu quest. And the Kiwami version does not feature a guaranteed drop. However, it's slightly easier, whereas the Extreme Kyukyoku version does guarantee a drop if you can clear it. Now, gimmick wise, let's take a look. We've got no hearts, gravity barriers, warps, and a brand new gimmick called Confusion. Now, how does Confusion work, you ask? Well, let's take a look here. There's two aspects to it essentially. First, if you are in a confused state, if somebody bumps you, then your bump combo will not activate. In addition, when it's your turn and you move around while in a confused state, every time you hit a friendly unit, you are going to cause damage. For this quest, it's going to be 4,444 damage worth of damage. Why fours? Probably because four in Japanese means this has the same pronunciation as death. So, die, 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 die. I think it works out. Alright, now as for the quest mechanics, as you can see on the top, you see monsters with those blue skulls on them. You want to take them all out at once because if you don't, they will revive each other and you'll have to try again. Once you take out the blue skulls, it will defense down the rest of the enemies, or at least the mini boss or the boss. That's going to be important because otherwise you're just not going to be able to do enough damage to take out those characters. So, making sure you take out those minions with the blue skulls are of utmost importance. In addition, you saw that blue crystal that had a skull on it. When you destroy that, you are able to put up healing walls, and each healing wall will heal you for 8,000 damage, which is really nice. That's a significant amount of healing, so it does make it important, but keep in mind there is a time limit before that healing wall goes away. The other big thing is to worry about is that the mech whales on the top, you see, those count down to a lethal explosion. Now it's not 100% death. I think it's a little bit above the 80,000 mark, but unless you are sure that you're healed up all the way, you should just treat them as being death-inducing blasts. So do make sure to take care of them, prioritize them, do not let them run to zero. But I mean, the quest is fairly straightforward. As long as you have gravity barriers and warps, it allows you to move around safely. If you have to only pick one, definitely go with the gravity barriers over warps. Because you're just not going to be able to move around and do enough damage if you don't have gravity barrier. Jorna Lokia, the mini boss on this stage, is the culprit in terms of getting confused. So she should be your target if you're having trouble dealing with this confusion, or bring along a monster that has status recovery that of course will heal the confusion and make your lives a little bit easier. Alright, we are already heading to the fourth stage, and I will finally introduce my party. As you can see, I have 3 transcended Aramises. Never thought they would be coming in handy like this, so pretty glad to see that they are actually getting some use here. It does look like on GameWith they are one of the most, they seem to be the highest rated monster for this quest in terms of the polling, so that's pretty awesome. It definitely made it easy with just the strong damage, their speed, their strike shot, being able to go into counter mode to help out with the cleanups of these mons that you might have not killed all the way. And Takasugi Shinsaku here, solid bump combo hitting everybody. Unfortunately, I kind of screwed up that strike shot. Bear with me. I haven't used it he's not my monster. I don't use Eden a lot. I know she has that kind of strike shot as well, but yeah. So I screwed up there, messed up the pinch for that mech whale. So luckily I survived. Very luckily I survived. I had just enough HP. You saw that the RMS before this turn was confused, so it did inflict some damage onto Takasugi, but at least there were healing walls, so pretty much at full health again. Minus a little love tap to the other RMS there, so that's why you gotta focus on making sure those blue crystals are down so that you have the healing walls up. Again, there are no hearts on the stage, so making sure that ooh, nice pinch. Making sure that you have that ability to heal at your disposal is of utmost importance. And there you go, we have cleared that. So let's go on to stage 5. And strategy is not too different. I tend to like using Aramis's strike shot as soon as possible. Doing it earlier not only gives the advantage of the counter mode in situations, but using it early, you can probably use it again. And since Aramis's strike shot lasts for what, 3 full turns, doing it early gives you the best bang out of the buck to taking advantage of that counter mode. And as you can see, there is a slight road into those Krakens so that you can get that pinch, take him out in one shot, making your lives a little easier, because again, that will defense down the rest of the monsters. You see Giorno Lokia was defense down. Karna itself is already defense down, so making room for that allows us to get some more concentrated positioning to dish that damage to the boss. And of course, the middle number for Karna is a electrical blast attack. No way to avoid it, and unless you're lucky with a shield, you are dead. And I believe all the RMSs here have a critical bump luck skill, so there's almost no hope for surviving that. And of course, that blue skull does end up healing. Oh, this was a lucky positioning. Aramis right in front of the weak point with her second level strike shot. 16 million damage. Yeah, I know there was a defense down, so of course those numbers are going to be inflated, but that's a nice strike shot. Alright, we're entering the boss stages. The plan of attack should not change. Again, I am going to be a little conservative here so that Takasugi doesn't hit everybody else. Just at the most hit that Aramis on the bottom left once. Maybe whittle down the Giorno Lokia, but that no big deal. What we want to do is get in that gap in between those ice archer dudes on the top. No luck there. Now, if you can whittle down the HP, wow, darn, killed them, so whatever. But if you can whittle them down, then it does make getting them out easier, especially if you don't have that path to pinch. Like right now, it is pretty darn difficult for me to get in those two Icemans, but awesome part here is that the one on the right is super low, right next to a monster in counter mode. Thank you, Aramis. And since you already saw that revive happen, it's too late. So now we can kill him by himself. Yeah. And now we can try and get rid of Giorno Loki on the bottom. Now, do keep in mind that the middle number 4 Karna here is that electrical attack. So we need to make sure Giorno Lokia dies now. Because as you see on the last blurb there, taking out all of the other minions will put the boss into an awaken mode, which resets the death counter. Again, the attacks are also a little different as a result of that, and he calls some friends, those darn mech whales that will explode. And as you can see, their counter is pretty low, so you need to prioritize them very quickly, or make the decision that you can kill the boss before dealing with those whales, and just do a full-on assault on the boss. But I'm taking this safe route, making sure we carefully take out those whales to give us safety, and another 4 turns to take out the boss. Again, you can dish a lot of damage out between the weak point, elemental effectiveness, and the fact that his defense is down. So Aramis actually going in there and doing damage is going to be the best form of killing Karna in the fastest way possible. Okay, you can also hit him on the side and ignore the weak point. But the point is, you can dish a lot of damage at once. I always tend to err on the side of cautiousness, so we'll see. Stage 2, you know what? Like I said, we've got 2 other strike shots coming up in the next turn for Aramis, so why not use it now? Get the opportunity to take out those skulls on the very first turn, which is great. And again, you might be, well, wait, I'm wasting 8 whole turns that I could have used to whittle down the Karna before he goes angry. No, you are not going to be able to do damage to him because you didn't kill everybody first, which means he's not defense down. So just make sure to diligently take out these minions as soon as possible, and then you can focus on Karna afterwards. Remember, you'll have an additional 8 turns. And this is just the Kiwami Savage version. Extreme does have the similar gimmick, but it's much harder to finish him off in those 8 turns. Yeah. Alright, Aramis. This Aramis is going to try and just clean up the board. We want to only see Karna on the stage, which means he goes into anger mode. Sorry, awaken mode, and moves up to the top, I think. Nope, I lied. Oh, maybe that was the next stage. I don't know. Or did he already move? Well, whatever. But the important thing is, now that there's no distractions here, you can focus full damage. Try and, hit him over and over again, or focus on hitting that weak point once to get that big burst of damage. There's that burst. Of course, you saw me hesitate there because that Aramis is confused. Again, for this stage, it is only 4,444 damage per hit, but when you go to the Kyukyoku version, the extreme Gouzetsu, it goes up to 6,666, and that starts to add up real quick in a bad way. So maybe to just train yourself for that quest, be a little safer. Final stage, nothing too different. We want to get rid of those Krakens as soon as we can. Luckily, that awkward bounce made something happen so that Karna is now in the defense down mode. He's going to call his buddies down. A lot of buddies down, sorry. Don't miss that whale on the top right. It may be a little hard to see. Maybe the gravity barriers makes it obvious, but you don't want to overlook that guy. He only has 4 turns when it comes down, so either you have 4 turns to kill Karna, or you need to focus on getting rid of that whale ASAP. We're gonna strike shot again, and well, what do you know? There's a gap in there, and just enough to take out that mech whale. Woohoo! And now that everybody's gone, we have 5 turns to finish it off. Pretty darn good looking. Hopefully I won't flub this strike shot. Again, the weak point is separate from the main body of the boss, so by including the weak point positions, you're actually giving more targets to deal damage with. And since it's the same monster, even more damage to that single awesome boss you want to get rid of. Slight pinch there. Good job, Aramis. It's great to see Aramis getting used for sure. So, yeah. that's it for this one. Now let me remind you that you are not guaranteed to drop in this difficulty. You have to try the next harder one to guarantee that drop. Pain in the butt, yes I know, but hey, I don't need to worry. I got one drop already. Well, that's not true because you do need 10 drops to ascend, not ascend, transcend your Gouzetsu monsters. So Sharingala needed 10 plus what was it? A lot of other those materials on the bottom. Karna is not going to be any different. You're going to have to get 10 of him, transcend, and hope for the best. Alright, that's it for Karna. If you saw the first video, yes, this is a re-upload because there was apparently a whole minute where my video just died. I don't know what happened there. But the Q-Kyoku version will be coming out at 8 o'clock Pacific time, so look forward to that. It was a fun little quest for sure. Anyways, if you're still here, thank you for watching. Please take the opportunity to follow me and SF on Twitter. We do try and get the news out to you ASAP through that Twitter account. It is at ENGMonst. If you only care about my YouTube channel, thank you. There is a Twitter for that as well. You can go to ScottNackYT and follow me there. And I guess, you know, if you really care about the latest, you can also hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get the most recent notifications for my uploads, and everybody's happy. Alright, that's it for today. No, it's not it for today. Stay tuned for the Q-Kyoku version in a few hours. Until then, bye-bye.